Kieran Griffin here from AdSuite, and with me is my client, Paudie Ivess from Pain Relief Limerick. Paudie has been working with AdSuite for 2 years and 1 month. He's our longest client. He's based in Limerick. And Paudie, if you'd like to just give a quick introduction to yourself and Pain Relief Limerick.
Thanks, Kieran. So Paudie Ivess is my name, and I run a physio clinic here in Limerick. We've 3 physios working here all together and admin staff. And we're a physio clinic, so just treating day-to-day injuries and things like that. So we've been in operation for 7.5 years at this stage. And as Kieran mentioned, working with him for the past 2 years.
Brilliant. And so if you want to just give maybe an overview, I know it was over 2 years ago now at this stage, so a lot has happened since, but maybe a background as to how the business was going before you kind of started working with us.
Yeah, so when you first came in, I was here on my own. I had no physios. I had an admin staff, but didn't have any physios. I was hoping to grow, but I was kind of stuck in a rut and I was busy enough, but for myself, and I wanted to try and take myself out of the business a bit more, and just be able to increase the amount of clients we had to allow me to do that as well.
Okay, so when I kind of approached you, what the problem you were trying to overcome was get more clients in the door and be able to take on more staff so that you can kind of step back and start building the business.
Exactly. Yeah, I had what I thought was a decent website, but no one was seeing it.
Okay.
So unless they're specifically looking for it.
Right. And what would you say, like, I suppose, like everyone else, everyone can be skeptical, but was there anything in particular that you were skeptical about when working with us? And if so, what did you do to overcome that?
Yeah, well, I suppose like anything, I mean, the first thing you look at is cost, and I had done a couple of online courses on Google Ads and how to set them up and things like that. And I would have thought I was somewhat capable of doing it. But I mean, in the amount of time that it took me to set up one ad on Google, I could have made a lot more money if I was actually treating someone. So by having someone else do that, it's the return on investment is huge. That something that takes me an hour to do after doing a couple of online courses, someone like yourself that has spent 4 years in college learning how to do it will do it in 5 minutes. And that's worth me an awful lot more money than, I mean, I like to value my time more. So I'm not wasting time trying to do things that I'm not good at.
Okay. Yeah, got it. And what would you say, like, from working with us and maybe before actually joining AdSuite, if you had approached or been approached by other marketing companies, is there anything that you can say kind of stands out that makes us stand out from the crowd?
Yeah, so I did try another marketing agency with Google Ads, and don't get me wrong, they were good at what they did, but it was very kind of black and white. They set it up and that was it, done. Whereas with you, it's a lot more personal. You'll follow up and you'll explain what's going right, what's going wrong, give me suggestions on what to change. And rather than telling me what to change, you give suggestions, we bounce ideas off each other and come up with what fits right. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty and do a bit of extra work when needed. There's things there that you've done that I didn't expect you to do, or didn't think it was something that you did, and you'll say, I can do that for you, and I'll send it on and let you know what it looks like. Whereas before, again, even though I was getting someone to do the Google Ads, I was spending a lot of time preparing things. So whereas when we get that done, like I said, it's more personable.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And I think that's an important point, like especially with the whole bringing you along in the journey and bouncing ideas off each other. It's important that the client understands what's going on, understands the reason for changes, so that you're not left in the background and you're kept in the loop with what we're doing. And I suppose, like, what would you say is the main thing that is keeping you happy to continue working with us for over 2 years?
So like I say, it's the personable side of it and feedback. So it's not, like I say, it's not just set it up and leave it go. It's set it up, tell me what's working, suggest a change, and keeping it fresh. Even something that's working, you're not afraid to try something slightly different to see if it'll work a little bit better. And if it hasn't, we'll go back to the original one. So, and that's helped a lot. And like I said, it's not the same message everyone is seeing. You like to keep it nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Which I think is important.
Perfect. And what would you say you've been able to achieve by working with us, or what way has working with us impacted your business?
It's hard to put, we'll say, to describe it properly, because I mean, I'm kind of at the stage now where it's more in the background, because I don't even notice the amount of people that are coming in. But I know that if I stop working with you, I'd like to turn off a switch, because there is a constant flow of new patients or new inquiries coming in anyway. And it's just from looking at stats and numbers, it's where people are coming from. That's something you've kind of taught me as well, is keeping track of where people are coming from. And it's all pointing back towards Google Ads, Facebook ads as well. So.
Okay, great. And what would you say to someone else who is maybe considering working with us, but maybe is a bit skeptical or on the fence?
Like I mentioned earlier, value your time. So in something that the cost of what I pay you in a month to get a client in, if I get one client, that pays your fee. Everything after that is profit, so don't look at the cost on paper, look at it over time. That's by no means hinting that you're expensive or anything, but when you look at the bigger picture, what you're getting for what you're paying, the return on investment is huge.
Yeah. And I think patience is key there as well, especially at the start, because it does take time, maybe even a couple of months, to get it right and to get it working, and to get everyone used of the process and calling and following up and everything that's important to getting new patients in the door. So if there was one word you could use to describe your experience working with us, what would that be?
Efficient, I suppose.
Okay.
Because again, I've very little to do myself. You'll show me ideas, I'll tell you if I like them or if I don't. And so it's 10-15 minutes out of my time every month to talk to you in order to get the work done. And that's, like I said, I have huge value on my time.
Okay, perfect. And last question, if there was anything we could have done differently, or you would prefer us to have done differently, what would that be?
Maybe if you had contacted me a year earlier.
Great answer. Yeah. Okay, that's everything. Thank you very much, Paudie.
Thanks, Ken.